Welcome back. We have got Clive and Jane right here. Some of you guys have been following this whole journey, all of these post-event questions, and we love that. But we have got one more question before you get back to your awesome day. We want to talk about kingdom faith. You guys as a local church, obviously I know it's a whole movement. What are you guys already doing, and what would you encourage other churches to do to engage with the local Jewish communities here in the UK? I mean, it's not like we all have to fly over to Israel in order to bless God's people. We can do something here in the UK. Tell us what's going on there, Jane.
Well, we don't have much of a Jewish community around us here. I got involved with some Jewish people down in Brighton, which is like half an hour down the road. A few years back, I wanted to do some Hebrew classes, but I wanted to do it within the Jewish community. And so met a rabbi down there and a bunch of other people. And then a good friend of mine, who is also a good friend of David Hofbrand's, who you know from this Maoz Israel, met at Hebrew class, who actually was going along to the local synagogue. And he asked how he could help them and bless them or whatever. And they said, well, actually, we need security guards when we meet on a Saturday. Would you want to help us out? And he said, of course. So every week, I think he's been doing it for years, he would just go and just be security for them when they meet. It's just making friends. Do you know what I mean? Just being normal, being a friend. You're not going out there to convert them. We want to build relationship, because there's a lot of mistrust with Jewish people and Christians and Christianity, and that's, you know, we know where that's come from. And so just being friends, being available to get involved in their local community with their synagogue, or join a class, or, you know, get involved in what they're doing in their community. If they're around you locally, go and meet them, go and meet the rabbi, introduce yourselves. And it's just being friends. How can we help you guys? We'd love to be involved if it's right. And then, I mean, for us, we've also built relationships with some leaders of the Jewish community in London, which led to doing some bigger events together and having them come to our events. Like we used to run Faith Camp, our big camp that was running every year with thousands of people at it. So we invited the ambassador to come, and basically it was to hear their hearts, meet them, honour them for who they are and what they're doing, and be friends. And that led to, other things happening.
I think there's different levels. I think, as Jane said, if there are Jewish people nearby locally, just go and introduce yourself and just be friendly and just say, is there anything we can support you in? We're aware that there's a lot of anti-Semitism, that's on the rise. Is there any way as Christians we can stand with you and support you when you might be challenged? So it's that kind of thing, and it shows that we're aware and that they're on our minds and hearts, and that we want to support them. And that helps to break down some of the suspicion there is of Christians. I think for us, as Jane said, we've also built a relationship with the Israel Embassy in London, as well as some of the kind of more senior Jewish leaders, and running an event a couple of times, the Jerusalem Prayer Breakfast, is maybe a different level than others might be able to do. But you never know when you begin a friendship and a connection where it leads. And sometimes we think we have to do something big to make an impact, and actually many small things added together look great, but sometimes we're waiting for this one great thing, and I think we just need to do the little things, build relationships, get alongside people, support and encourage, and just see where God then wants to take it.
So good, guys. I really want to encourage people, just have a think. Maybe people want to start giving to people like Maoz, you know, and make that a regular thing. I know my church that I'm part of here in Manchester, we give 1% of all of our income to a local congregation there in Jerusalem. You know, it's something rather than nothing. Thanks so much, Clive and Jane, for joining us for this post-event. This is the last one. If you guys want to get stuck into why Israel, Clive and Jane were our very special guests on the last one, but we do these every other month, and we would love you to check out whyisrael.co.uk. Find out when the next one's happening. Come along, bring your cousins pets, tell your pastor about it. Unless you're the pastor, then you got to tell all the young adults in your church. And we would love to see you guys there for Why Israel. God bless you. Thanks so much, Clive and Jane.
Right. Cheers, guys. Bless you.